Alright, what's up guys, this is Spooky, and I'm back with the latest and greatest Let's Play, and this one's for a classic. It's Metroid for the NES. Whoa. Keeping it mainstream. Don't sue me, Nintendo, please. Nintendo, please. Alright, anyways guys, this game's pretty fun. It's the first of the Metroidvania games, if you will. I know a lot of people like to give Super Metroid / Symphony of the Night the credit for that one, but this is the first game actually of this style. And if you've played it before, enjoy it with us, because we're going to use some tricks that you may not know about. And those of you new to this game, well, cool, you'll get to see a new game that you may not have seen before, even if you're a Super Metroid player. So we're going to jump right into it. Let's go. Start off with Samus, of course, the famous female protagonist of Metroid. Samus the bounty hunter. And right at the start, you do get an item. And it's this one, the Marumari. Pretty simple item, but necessary to beat the game. You press down and become a ball like this. And that's it. We got this little pea shooter. Not very good, but cool. At least we have a weapon. At the top left of your screen, you can see our energy. And it's represented as a number rather than like a visual representation, which is kind of weird, but okay, cool. Not too many games that do that, especially in this early era. The first area we're in of this is planet ZBs, is called Brinstar. And normally in Metroid, much like other Metroidvania games of this type, you'll have to do a lot of backtracking. So we would come here, get a few items, go somewhere else, get some more items, and come back here to finish it off. But thanks to some tricks and techniques unintended by the developers of the game, we can get almost every item here on Brinstar on the first try, and you'll see what I mean as we go. So now we got the Marumari. We're just going to continue on. The next item we're going to need that's very important is missiles. And missiles are needed for pretty much everything. They're great for bosses, of course, and they're also useful because most item doors in the game, so the big items, are sealed by red doors, and red doors can only be broken with missiles. So pretty much missiles are a necessary item to beat the game. I mean, maybe somebody out there will prove me wrong and find a way to beat the game without missiles, but it seems pretty tough. Sure, there's someone out there that can do it. People figure out everything. They figure out how to beat Mario without any stars. They can figure out how to beat Metroid without any missiles. So we're going to take this path over here. And of course, the first thing we're going to get, which is the first item most people get in this game outside the Marumari, is going to be the missiles. So let's go do that. And you may know this, or you may not have noticed it as a Metroid player, but there are two types of shafts you can run into in the game. There are vertical shafts, and then there are horizontal shafts like this one. And a vertical shaft will always lead to a horizontal shaft. Always. That's how the game is programmed, and that's how it works. There are ways you can exploit the game and trick the game into thinking a vertical shaft is a horizontal shaft and vice versa. Not a technique that we'll be using because it's really glitchy and hard to use properly. But, something that's out there. Alright, now we have the missiles. We could proceed further to the right, but that's going to take us to another area of ZBs that we don't really need to be at yet. We could go there now, but not necessary. I think I'll just stick it out over here. Try to get a little health, if I can, without, dying, because that would be foolish. Good part is there are many early enemies we can farm for health if we need it. Oh, don't hit me, please. Oh my god, 1 health. Good thing I collected more. Anyway, the good news is there are some items that are going to help us out health-wise shortly. That helps too. So more health, that's the name of the game. Collect it. Can't really kill those weird snail enemies. Basically invincible. There are red ones that you can kill. They take tons of shots. Or 1 missile. Either will do. Don't really like to waste our missiles early on, though. Alright, so continuing on we go. Don't hit me, please. Thank you. There we go. Oh, we got a 20 HP. Larger enemies, and these green ones are considered a large enemy for whatever reason, actually give more health. Sometimes they drop 20 rather than 5. Doesn't happen all the time. Okay, so below us here is actually an item that we want, and we normally can't get down here without the bombs or a few other items, but there is a glitch technique we can use, and that's that if we let ourselves get stuck in the door here, and then you become a ball by pressing down and then quickly press up again, you'll do this, where essentially you climb the wall into the environment. If you keep doing it, we'll eventually warp through, end up coming up from the bottom. Most important thing is that you don't turn into a ball completely, because if you do, we'll be stuck forever in no man's land. There we go. Come up through the bottom and bam, here we are. Ouchies. Oh my goodness. Took so much life that we didn't have to. Don't die, please. That was close. Don't hit me, please. Yes. Alright, so we're alive. We do need some health, but let's start. Okay, so here's one of those red doors I talked about. You press select and activate the missiles. 5 opens it up. And here we get another item necessary to beat the game. It's the ice beam. Now you see our shots have become these blue ones. And whenever we touch an enemy with these blue shots, you know, they'll actually get frozen the first time they get hit, and then the next time we shoot it, it'll unfreeze them, but it'll also damage them. Pretty nice. I'm gonna kill these minor enemies and see if we can get some more health before we proceed. We definitely need to play conservative early on in the game like this, because health is they're definitely not generous with the health early on. They're pretty stingy. That is for sure. Okay, 31. We should be okay. Back we go. This is another game with a great, memorable OST. Not too many people probably remember it too well, but I remember it pretty fondly. We can't make it out of here without the high jump boots, but thankfully, another trick, we can abuse the brick reforming there to get up. Ice Beam makes some of these enemies much easier because we can just freeze them and go past, rather than having to navigate around the enemy patterns. Now we get an energy tank, another key item. Ouch, don't hit me, please. Okay, anyway, again, we do have enough stuff that we could continue on in the game if we really wanted to, but I don't really want to have to backtrack to this area. I want to get this all done and never come back here again unless we have to, which we won't have to, at least not this section of Brinstar. So let's just do it, get it all out of the way. In we go over here, where we'll find another item. We need some more missiles first. So we're going to make an effort to get some of those. There's 2. So we just need 1 more. And once we get more missiles, we won't have to collect missile power-ups as often, because we'll just have a stock consistently. But till that point, collecting missiles is going to be the name of the game for a while. Good news is this room has a lot of enemies that just all respawn like that, so we can get what we need. another door to open up, and I'm gonna collect this missile case that's just hanging out there. Okay, so here we got another key item, and this one is the bombs. And what the bombs do is pretty simple. Whenever you become a ball, press B and you drop a bomb. And you'll notice that actually if you stand in the path of the bomb, that it'll bounce you up like that. That's going to be relevant to us actually in just a little bit for a useful technique. Ouch. I'm just running through. I don't really care right now. I have tons of health. I just want to get out of here. Okay, so next up is another area that I'm not going to go as far as to call this a skip, but I will say that this area is much easier with the high jump boots than the way we're doing it right now. But the trick is, right, if we freeze this little green enemy at just the right moment, that was it right there. I missed it. You'll see that he has two patterns actually. One is a pattern where he goes a little lower, and then one he goes a bit higher. We want him during his higher pattern because that's what's going to get us where we want. Ouch. Don't hit me, please. That's the pattern we want. Alright, I'm going to actually reset the enemy pattern by going in the room here. And I may have to do this a couple of times, but it'll be worth it. I promise. Because it'll get us some other items early on that otherwise we'd have to go a roundabout way to get to. So I'm just going to be patient. Freeze the enemies at the right time. That's actually where we wanted him, but we'll take a run back. Can I get up there fast enough? I hope so. It's probably going to unfreeze by the time I get back up there. That is where we wanted him to be, though. Nope. Too late. 1. And 2. No's. Oh, well. Patience is the name of the game. Can't rush through it. Okay, so there's the lower pattern, as you see, and here's the higher pattern, the one we actually want. A little bit too far there. That's where we wanted them to be. Darn it, Jim. Huh. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor. Not Samus. Much easier with the high jump boots, as I said before, but we don't have them. We don't need them. We'll live. There we go. That's the position we wanted. And now we're here. Okay, so this room also has some nice items for us. One of them is going to be another energy tank. That's a good look because we get a health refill. I don't care if I take some damage here, obviously. I'm going to get refilled in a second. And with that done, we're going to keep moving. In this path here, there's a little secret passage. And you'll find a lot of them like this. Some of them are really annoying to find. Here's another. And with that, let's continue. Another missile case. You see how the ice beam has already been pulling its way. We don't even have the long range beam or anything yet either. Just a crappy ice beam. 3, 4, yes. Okay, so this room up here, as you can see, we can't really reach this door without the high jump boots, and there's a little trap here. But there is a technique that we can use. It's called bomb jumping, and you guys may have seen this before. I think it's also in Super Metroid. Anyway, what we're going to try to do is bomb jump up to this door, and it may take us a few tries, so bear with me. Almost, that was it, but just need to be a little higher. The bomb got in my way there. Reach, no, so close. Some people are really godlike at bomb jumping. I don't know how they do it. I am bad at it, as you can see, but we'll get there. Oh my god. There's no wall jumps like in Super Metroid either, so we can't just take advantage of the fact that we're so close to the wall just to get what we need. I should have waited there instead of trying to make the jump. Yes. Alright. And with that bomb jump, we get another key item. It's going to be the Varia suit. And it's really nice to get this item early in the game. It really saves us lots of trouble. So 5 missiles again. In we go. Alright, and this is the Varia suit. You see that our suit color changed. Now it's got this lighter color to it. So there you go, guys. Anyway, there is one more item that we want to grab here on Brinstar before we continue. But that's going to be in the next part of Let's Play Metroid. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it so far. You know, we're still kind of rolling through Brinstar, but we'll be heading to some other areas really soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. And, you know, look out for the next part really soon. Thanks for watching, everyone.